Hi, and welcome back to my channel. It has been over a year now since I've made and posted a video on my YouTube channel. I stopped making videos, I think in like September of 2017, partly because I didn't really have time to keep up with it anymore, but also because both of my grandfathers died, one in August and one in October of last year, and that was just kind of difficult, and still is kind of difficult, but even a year later, but I just really had a hard time feeling like I wanted to talk to a camera at that point in time. It just seemed like really sort of the last thing that I wanted to do, and then I just fell out of the habit of it and didn't really pick it back up from there. So now that it's been about a year, I figured maybe I could get back to doing it more often. Part of what made me want to start filming again is that some of you may know that I have a website and blog as well, caskquill.com, where I post kind of bookish recipes, nail designs, other random book stuff. And on there I used to do a kind of monthly post about what I had read and done and other events and whatnot from the month before, so kind of a month wrap up or whatever, which I really have fallen out of love of doing, because it just seems like a chore to me now. I don't really enjoy writing that all up for some reason, but it's not that I don't necessarily want to talk about those things, it's just that that's maybe not the format that I want to talk about them in. So I haven't really decided what I'm going to do about that yet, like whether just to scrap the entire idea, like why does anyone need to know or care what I've been reading or doing or any of that. But I also think that maybe talking about it on my channel here on YouTube would be a better format for me and just more engaging somehow than writing up a big post that I don't even want to read. So anyway, so this video I guess is kind of like a little bit of a catch-up video. Let's catch up what we've been doing the past year, and then also just kind of a relaunch, so to speak, of my channel, and hopefully I'll be able to start posting a lot more often again, because I do actually really enjoy it. It's just that I kind of fell out of the habit. So I think that mostly this video will be kind of like a, September wrap up plus what I've been reading lately or at the moment, and a catch-up kind of all in one. So without further ado, I will let you know what I've been reading lately. Actually in August, I started reading The Wise Man's Fear by Patrick Rothfuss, who wrote The Name of the Wind. That's the first of, I think it's going to be 3 books in the King Killer Chronicle. I have The Wise Man's Fear here with me, and it's kind of pretty thick. I think it's almost 1,000 pages. Anyway, so that I started reading with some friends on Instagram in August, I think like the beginning of August, and I still haven't finished. I'm only about, I think a little over halfway through, but I just moved, and that has really cut into a lot of my reading time, just the whole like process of packing and shopping for stuff and the moving itself and settling in and unpacking, blah blah blah. So I haven't really had a chance to finish that, especially since I also started reading a book you've probably never heard of before. This one. It's Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. That is a reread that I started right after Hobbit Week that we hosted, we being the Tolkien Tribe on Instagram. We started reading Harry Potter pretty much right after that, and we want to read the entire series kind of together at a similar pace at least, and we're thinking of doing one book a month. So then in October, which is now, I'll start also reading The Chamber of Secrets. Wow, that was scary. So yeah, Harry Potter, whatever. Nothing else needs to be said about that. I am really enjoying the Wise Man's Fear, though, just to get back to that. I think that he has such a very descriptive way of writing that I think is really beautiful. But it's just been taking me a long time because it's really kind of fun to take your time with it because it is so beautiful to read and there is so much description that you really almost want to like savor it and spend some time with it. But also all the moving and shit, that just takes up a lot of time. So what else did I read in September? I read Steal Like an Artist, which is actually something that I heard about here on Booktube. I can't think of the author's name, forgive me. You've probably heard of it before, but it's basically a book, a really short read. I would recommend it, actually. It's just like for anybody who is any type of creative, or even if you're not a type of creative, but basically a really sort of motivational book about like if you create things, don't be afraid to like take inspiration from other places, because as long as you're not plagiarizing, like there's really not necessarily such a thing as an original idea, and every idea and everything that we create is kind of based on our previous experience or what's already kind of out there. So that was a really interesting and fun book, and I felt like it's stuff that I've heard a lot before, but I just enjoy reading stuff like that from time to time about like sort of other creative types process with how they go about their art, I guess. And he kind of gets into some of that. So that's a really good one that I would recommend. I would also recommend Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone if you've not read that yet. Consider it. Put it on your TBR list because it's actually quite good. So I thought it would be fun to sort of do a little bit of a, not really like a favorite, September favorites or anything like that, or more of like an at the moment type of video. So it doesn't have to necessarily be just about books, because believe it or not, there are other things that I do and enjoy. Not many, but some. So lately I watched the entire series of Broadchurch. Finally. I'm really glad that I did because it was kind of just what I needed. It's good for like this, it's good for sort of this time of year as well, because it's sort of there's nothing particularly autumnal about it that I recall, but it is sort of like a little bit of a thrillery type crime mystery thing, which I always gravitate towards this time of year. I don't know about you. But it was so good. David Tennant is just amazing. I have just reached an entirely new level of appreciation for him, which I did not think was possible, but it was. The acting in the show itself is so great. It's a lot of really emotional type of stuff, and really I think shows a lot of range for a lot of the actors. And I think I was like crying within the first like 15 minutes of the first episode. It's kind of a heavy show, but it's really good. I would very much recommend it if you have not checked it out yet. It is on Netflix, so that's always nice. The series is 3 seasons, and I don't believe there are going to be any more after this, but check it out. It's good. What else have I been watching lately? Nothing really. I don't remember. Mostly I've been moving. Did I mention that? What have I been listening to, you ask? Pretty much the same sort of stuff that I'm always listening to, which is mostly like classic rock, metal. I've been really into like new wave of British heavy metal bands lately. Not that I wasn't before, but just that's kind of exclusively what I've been listening to lately. Not exclusively, come on. But a lot of like Diamond Head and Blitzkrieg. I really like Angel Witch. All great stuff that you should check out if you are interested in any of that type of music. I went to see Metallica at the beginning of September, just about a month ago actually, which was really awesome. They were here in Minneapolis for a show that I think it was the second on their new leg of their tour, which was really fun. I had seen them one other time at a different stadium here in Minneapolis, and it really the venue itself is not that great for concerts, so the sound wasn't that great for that one. It wasn't just amazing for this one either, but it was a lot better, and I really enjoyed it and had a lot of fun. I got a guitar pick afterwards from Kirk Hammett, which is pretty exciting, and so that is about all the excitement that I've had recently. But I also celebrated my two-year Bookstagram anniversary, just basically when I started my account 2 years ago, and really got this whole Cask and Quill thing moving. I started my shop last December, so that's not quite been a year yet, but the actual like website and Instagram and all that kind of stuff I started 2 years ago. I ran a little giveaway on my Instagram account for that, which was fun. And the only other thing I really have coming up that is majorly exciting is I get to meet one of my very dear friends from the interwebs. You may be familiar with, if you are one of my Instagram followers, Lauren at In the Reads. She also has a Bookstagram account and a really incredible Etsy shop where she sells wood marks and maps and things of that nature. Very talented, one of the nicest and most awesomest people that I know, and I'm going to visit her in Colorado next weekend, so I'm very excited to stay with her and her boyfriend and just nerd the hell out with them. We are probably going to play some games, trivia games. 2 guesses what those might involve, and we are gonna do some other really fun, nerdy things. So I'm really looking forward to that, and outside of that I really don't have much else coming up besides general Halloween excitement. Halloween is my probably favorite holiday. I do really like Christmas, but Halloween just allows me to like be fully like a creepy person but it's like kind of okay because it's Halloween. I also love dressing up as whatever. I enjoy the opportunity to really ham it up at Halloween time. I still don't really have a costume decided on for this year. That'll be something that I'll think about. If you have any suggestions, if you have any like bookish costume suggestions for Halloween stuff, let me know what they are, because I would be interested to hear what you think would be a good costume, male or female, doesn't matter. And that's about it. So I think I will end this here. I pretty much think that's all I had to cover for now. I will hopefully be back soon with another video. I don't know what it's going to be about just yet, but I did want to just come on here quickly to catch up with you guys and sort of get the channel breathe some life into it again. So I want to know what you're reading, what you've been up to this past little over a year. Let me know what's going on with you, and we can have a little chat down in the comments. I'll put also my links to my website and shop and other social stuff, just in case we are not acquainted on those forums yet. You can feel free to follow me there. And then I will see you hopefully next week. Please like this video if you enjoyed it. That would really be helpful to me. Also, you may subscribe if you would like to my channel, and that way you will see my new videos that I totally promise are very much forthcoming. And that is it for me, so have a lovely day. Bye.